Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, where the sound of the big red siren signals it is time for football. Today, two NFC clubs going head-to-head, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Here's the former Florida Gator, Eddie Pinheiro, to get us started. And off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
And when you watch him play, all you think about is how dynamic he is. He can beat you with his arm and his legs. Threw for over 20 touchdowns for the first time since 2021. Fully healed from a knee injury a couple of seasons ago. He's got his team thinking big in 2025.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Now Murray. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
First down.
Well, a 3-and-out to start the game would have been a real disappointment, so this is a nice job of finding something you think will work and executing it. And they're able to keep this opening drive going.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Completes this to Elijah Higgins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Zone read. Here's Benson. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
Cardinals, first down. First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
That's a very nice game there, a confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On first down, right back to Benson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once you make touchdown, Cardinals.
Trey McBride, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Cardinals Cardinals are on the board first here this afternoon.
It's never any fun, Brandon, when you're the defensive team and the first drive of the game, you give up a touchdown. The key is not to get down. Make those adjustments and come back for your next series with the intent of shutting them down.
Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. And the Cardinals will go on 7-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown reception from Trey McBride. Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a look here now at their 4th-year quarterback.
A tough time a season ago, his team missed the playoffs for the first time in his career. But he does remain one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league. He's completed over 67% of his passes for his career. We know he's efficient. Now he wants to be spectacular and get his team back to the big game.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
18 on the play. First down, San Francisco.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
Purdy now to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Purdy from the gun. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harrison. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Kyler going to give this to Benson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing now is Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Running out of the gun here with Benson.
And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
And good yardage there on 1st down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. In motion left is Wilson. From the gun, Murray. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Again, they'll throw with Murray.
Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
Yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
At their own 16-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
Brought down at the 30-yard line.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Purdy off the play fake.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Complete to number 88.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Hauled in left side here by Jennings. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
Brings up
That's the danger,
12.
Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
In motion, the tight end. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
They were backed up behind the sticks, but he still found a way to make that first down happen. That's the kind of fight every coach hopes his franchise quarterback has in him. Look a tough situation like that in the eye and come up with a solution on the spot.
They go play action here. Purdy. He's got his big tight end, Farrell, complete.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there.
Now a first carry for their fullback.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Well, big man with ball met bigger man on the other side of the line. A really nice play for the defense.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line.
Arizona's offense back out and ready to go as we eke closer and closer to intermission. Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll start on the ground with Benson.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Running right on the option is Murray.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Able to get this one to McBride.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
At the 49ers' 45-yard line.
2nd down and 6 now. Shotgun now from Murray. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open, and when you read zone, You've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. It's Wilson. Only able to gain a couple there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down. And he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. And that will hit and continue on out of bounds. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Purdy. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here's 2nd and 10. Purdy looking to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Back to throw, Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the 1st.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Flushed out right. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
And a 49er 1st down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the 1st half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Got the connection here to Bourne. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
2nd down and 3. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. Open man is Bourne. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's Purdy. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. So no gain on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Purdy. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This one from 35 yards away. This is up and good from Pinheiro. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
35-yard line.
A final shot before half from Murray. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the 49ers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Gain of 26 yards. First down, 49ers.
certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for San Francisco. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the 21, here's 2nd down and 7. A give up the middle with Benson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals.
Good for a Cardinals.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2. At the 44-yard line.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 45-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
They'll run for the first time with Amari DiMercado. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. They'll set up the screen to DiMercato. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front, and to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Running the ball can be a struggle in this part of the field. In fact, it's a perfect spot for defenders to pin their ears back and try and work upfield, and they capture him for a loss.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Purdy now to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work, because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Dalvin Tomlinson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
Completes it to Jennings. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And a 49er 1st down.
3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. A little juke. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Shotgun now with Purdy. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 2. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And down inside the 15 he goes. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
49ers.
I don't know about you, but can you just almost feel the relief that's gone through this stadium? He picked up that 1st down. Without it, this game is over.
And when he took off, it was almost like, oh, no, this might be it, but found a way to pick up the 1st. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he'll just get rid of him.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
2nd and 10. Purdy from the gun. They'll find Farrell open left side. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Brock Purdy, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Niners drive the entire length of the field, 99 yards for the score. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
Cardinals 7.
So that drive spans 13 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The football going back over to Arizona now. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. On play action, they'll throw. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
That's good for a Cardinals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Murray now to throw. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
And the Cardinals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
Murray now. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now it's a foot race. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7.
Makes the score.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Cardinals offense ready to set up shop. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Jordan Elliott collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. To throw, it's Murray. Eluding the pressure. Murray fighting, lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey, a 22-yard scamper. And the 49ers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now a 2nd and 2. Shotgun now for Murray. short one here, caught by McBride. 4 yards the pickup, first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve, throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Goes right back to McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Cardinals, first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing again, Murray. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
2nd and a couple. Murray going to throw. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Murray. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. And that one is incomplete. It stops the clock now with 15 seconds remaining. So a mistake there, Charles, from the rookie pass rusher.
And oftentimes when you make the jump from college to the NFL, you have to adjust to the rules. But in this case, the rule's no different than in college. Once the ball's gone, you can't continue on and get your shot in. That's one where you have to have some discipline. And even though he's a rookie,
and this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Now Ryland for the PAT. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, Their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Purdy down to a knee, and that should be the final act of the ball game. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.